Hey everybody, my name is Joseph and we're gonna be doing a brand new Let's Play of Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. Never really done this before, so it's gonna be me trying to explore this thing that people do called Let's Plays. So, not a lot of experience doing this, but I've seen people do it, especially with this game. Absolutely adore this game, Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. Check it out online. Probably the best wrestling management simulator ever. It's absolutely fantastic. Been playing it for years, all the way going back to TEW 2005, the freeware that is still free. You can definitely get it online. So today we're gonna be playing as Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. So I'm just gonna introduce you guys to the promotion, and then in the later videos we're gonna be booking some shows. So Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, one of the smaller companies in the fictional Cornellverse. These are all the other promotions in the Cornellverse. Basically, it's a fictional universe that the creator, Adam Ryland, made to populate the game. You can actually run real-world mods here, so you can book with guys like Triple H, Shawn Michaels, but I like the Cornellverse, and I love Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. I actually used Mid-Atlantic Wrestling for a very long save in the default database, but as you can see by the date up here, I'm using a 2010 Cornellverse mod. So we're going to try things out with the roster that we have here. First thing I'm going to do, check out the champions. Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion is American Patriot, who's Bulldozer Brandon Smith beneath that mask. Great guy, great in-ring worker, and he's definitely capable of doing a promo as well. So he's a good guy to kind of lead the charge forward with Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. Wow, tag team champs, the Awesomeness. Huey Cannonball and Jefferson Stardust. I always kind of imagine these guys like the Young Bucks. Very flippy, very kind of jokey in the ring. Very good at being heels, so I think that's kind of the route I'm looking to go forward with them. And the Ripcord Invitational. It's basically the annual tournament for Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. Our version of, say, the Battle of Los Angeles for the PWG fans out there. The last winner from 2009 was Cameron Vesey, who I believe is still on our roster. So, and that's actually the first event of the year. So our first priority will be figuring out who wins the Ripcord Invitational Challenge this year. So let me check out the roster. We have Ace Youngblood, who I've never really worked with before. He appeared on TV as a jobber for TCW. Well, that, you know, a job's a job, man. If you're making money, then good for you. But now he's working for us in Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. I believe he has a tag team partner, Randy Max, who is part of the Aces of Mayhem. And I think we'll get to him in a little bit. Of course, we met American Patriot, Bulldozer Brandon Smith, our heavyweight champion. Brett Starr. Kind of an asshole. Behavior, yep, negative influence, selfish, extremely ruthless. Yeah, we'll see if we want to keep him around. He usually causes problems backstage, so not sure if we might keep him. He does play into a very big storyline that Mid-Atlantic Wrestling is running at this time, so we'll see what we can do with him. He has a lot of potential, though. Clearly a very talented guy, and he's only 19. Cameron Vesey, who won last year's Ripcord Invitational. Only 22, 2 years in the business, and already very strong talents in the ring. Definitely a guy we kind of look to be pushing. Casey Valentine. Vesey and Valentine are actually in a tag team called CV2. They're both second-generation stars, along with Hollywood Brett Starr, I believe. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Hollywood Brett Starr. Yeah, he's the grandson of Mickey Starr, who is kind of like an older legend here. Casey Valentine's the nephew of Peter Valentine, who I believe works for Total Extreme Wrestling, or did work for them. I don't know if he's still employed there. Citizen X, who I hear is a very good cruiserweight, likes to do some flying, if you see his stats over here. He's got a C in aerial and flashiness, so he's actually retired in the default 2016 database, so here he's still working in the ring. Let's see what we can get out of him. Curtis Jenkins. Never heard of this guy. Old school technical. He's lower mid-carder, so we'll see what we can get out of him. Right now, he's looking a bit like a jobber, so that's how it's going to look for him right now. Duke Hazard is a color commentator. I'm going to say this now. We're probably going to fire all our announcers to start, just to help with the financials. running MAW is a very kind of restrictive on the budget, and we can't really afford to have announcers, but we don't really need them since we're not technically broadcasting our shows. So Duke Hazard and Ernest Forthdyke Hume, yeah, they're definitely gonna be going. As great of talents as they are. Finley O'Faraday is a big guy. I know he does a lot of tours in Japan in the 2016 database. So we're also going to be looking at giving him a nice, decent push. He's a big heavyweight, so we're going to probably run him as a monster, rely on his menace skills in our angles. Huey Cannonball, we've met him. Surprised he's only a lower mid-carder for someone who's a tag team champion. But yeah, he's a heel, like I said. Cocky youth, sounds about right. Young Bucks. Jay Cord. Jay Cord also has a bit of a reputation of being an asshole. Extreme, like he's worse. He's worse than Brett Starr. Oh boy. It's always the talented ones. We'll see what we can do with them. There's a lot of talent in this particular database, so if we don't keep them, there's definitely possibility to replace them with other people. Jay Fair is our Mid-Atlantic referee, but he costs way too much. $1,000 per show. There've gotta be referees who are in that talent range that are gonna work for cheaper. So Jay Fair, another guy we're gonna be looking to replace definitely. Jefferson Stardust, only an opener. Again, this is weird for the tag team champions to be ranked so low. But yeah, we're gonna be pushing them. So hopefully this will be fixed. Let's see how popular he is actually. 12 across the board. Yeah, we're going to be looking to make that better. Keith Vegas is also in MAW in 2016. Or was it 2013? I'm not sure. But he's kind of a MAW mainstay. Kind of bland. I mean, look at that haircut. Look at that. What is that hair? You're not going to be a superstar with that hair, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. Look at your skills. You got strong basics, but you can't do much. Keith here is gonna be making other people look good. He's gonna be a jobber. You cannot be anything but a jobber with that hair. Look at that hair. Ridiculous. Lisa Bowen is a manager, another second generation star. Don't know if we're keeping her. Not a lot we can get out of managers on a promotion like MAW. Especially when the budget is really tight. That's just an extra paycheck that we don't really need to be spending. And look, $400 per show. That's not the most expensive thing in the world, but when you think about the fact that she's not gonna wrestle, yeah, you're gonna be going soon, Lisa Bowen. I'm sorry. Marvin Ernest, the voice of MAW. Again, announcers can't keep him right now. Okay, too extreme. It's supposed to be 2010. This guy's going around calling himself too extreme. Oh my god. Max Mayhem used to be a heel, gone back to be a natural babyface. Has a tag team with Ace Youngblood. He's not bad. He's decent. We'll definitely take a look at using him for the tag division, but I don't see this guy making my main event. Too extreme, Randy Max. You can just hear, the guitar riffs behind that. Mean Gene Catley is kind of like he's sort of the veteran of MAW. He's been around forever. In 2016, he kind of leaves the company. He gets run out by Sam Keith. I know a lot of people aren't happy about that, but yeah, Mean Gene Catley's here. Solid worker, great performance skills. He's gonna be around to really boost the skills of the younger guys. Still a main event, as pushed by the database. Still pretty over. 30 is not bad for MAW. I don't see any title runs for him in the future. Maybe like a nostalgia run or something. I don't know. But his main thing will be teaching the young guys and helping them develop their skills. Ricky Douglas is a guy I've not worked with in the past. Let's see what he says here. Straight A, Ricky Turner is noted for having a very old school style. Good fit for MAW. Being at his best when working a downed opponent. So he's more of a mat worker. Used to have a tag team with Steven Parker. Let's check out where Steven Parker is working in a bit. In 2016, he's working for SWF. I don't think he's been snapped up by this time, so we'll give it a look. Riley McManus. Okay, he kind of looks great, but that name is ridiculous. McManus? Come on. I don't know, but he looks good. Decent skills. Young guy, 23. Good athlete. Broke into wrestling at the tail end of 2006. So, we can use this guy. There is potential here. Of course, we have Ripcord. He owns the whole deal. Founded MAW. Legendary wrestler. Teaching all the guys. And my user character, which is Grand Avatar. Mystery. Okay, now I'm going to take a look at the creative meeting tab. That's kind of one of my other favorite tabs to look at when I'm running a game. So, our franchise players are the heavyweight champion American Patriot, Citizen X, and Mean Gene Catley. So these are the guys who, when people say, well, have you seen Mid-Atlantic Wrestling? These are the three guys that people think of immediately. Next big things, of course, Jay Cord, Ricky Douglas, Brett Starr, Jefferson Stardust interests me. Whenever I try to push him in, like, the default database, Huey Cannonball actually takes over faster than he does, so we'll see. We'll see what we can do there. Ace Youngblood is a hot prospect. Brett Starr, Ricky Douglas, Max Mayhem, Casey Valentine. Weird that Ace Youngblood's #1 up there. Never really amounts to much in the databases. Ripcord is the best talker. We're probably going to put him on screen as like an authority figure, help him raise the ratings for a lot of the angles. So Brett and Jay Cord, top mic skills. Of course, they're just doing promos backstage. Hey, you gotta put me over. They're kind of like the Click. They're kind of like if the Click worked for like a tiny independent company that was a throwback to 80s territories, that'd be them. So they're good talkers. We'll let them talk. Jay Cord is a showstopper. Citizen X, that surprises me. Cameron Vesey, again, great worker. Wow, that's how good Jay Cord is. He's a ring general and a showstopper. That means that he can be trusted to carry someone who's not as good as him, and he can also put on like an amazing match that people will talk about after the show is over. Who's hot, who's not? Nobody. Time decline. Everyone's young. Great thing about MAW. Everyone's always young, so you don't have to worry about that. And these are the guys who the game is actually recommending that we hire. And I'm definitely going to look at definitely 3 of these guys. Kirk Jameson at the top and Mainstream Hernandez. Definitely great talents. I've worked with Mainstream Hernandez in the default database under SWF. Great talent. Gets over so easy. Great on the mic. Ali X, I've used in a couple of other saves. Usually when I'm running an independent company. I think I brought him in for FCW and for a little bit in MAW. So we're definitely gonna be looking to bring him in as well. Generally, Mid-Atlantic Wrestling is a throwback, as I said earlier, to old 80s wrestling territories. So that's kind of our peg when we're gonna be booking forwards. Our next show is the 5th annual Ripcord Invitational. Probably gonna be an 8-man tournament just so we can save on some money. 8-man, maybe 16. I'll think about it. Definitely gonna be a one-night tournament. Winner takes it all. Probably American Patriot is gonna be in it. I'm always kind of iffy back and forth between whether to have the champion as part of the Invitational. I think for this save, I will be having the champion wrestle in the Invitational. So definitely look out for the upcoming episodes. I'm going to be booking the Ripcord Invitational. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one.